the sister Shumi Ranissa, who spoke out against Jeffrey Marsh, the pro-alphabet guy who targets kids on TikTok, allegedly. She went after him, basically not any violence or anything like that, but went after, him on an ideological standpoint.
Stop telling trans people that we're inspirational.
Stop telling kids to go on your Patreon and chat to you privately without their parents knowing.
And then a lot of people made stitches of me saying I'm transphobic, I've done a lot of bad stuff, they've even attacked my scarf, my religion, a lot of bad stuff, which I don't want to go into. And these people have also said they are not talking to the kids. Okay, so I did a little bit of digging.
Hi, kids. Hey, kids. I want to talk to the kids. Hi, kids. Hey, kids.
So yeah, there's a lot of videos of them addressing kids.
She's received unlived threats, had old images of her without her hijab leaked, and that's to threaten her life. Her car was damaged, and now her kids are being targeted. There's so much fear in her voice. What she did was speak out against Jeffrey Marsh because she saw problems with this dude. That's all she did. I want to make sure that before we play what happened here, she didn't call for any violence. She didn't do any type of threatening. That's very important because now we need to find out who the aggressors are. And she is now getting attacked, and I believe this is in the UK with her. But we're seeing the same thing all over the world with the T group or people who are like the T group or the alphabet mafia. We are seeing all kinds of things. So Jeffrey Marsh has a tampon deal, allegedly. I don't know if that's real or not. It's just so bizarre for a biological man to have a tampon deal. But if I can't talk about your tampon deal, you're putting your TikToks out there, Jeffrey Marsh, I'm talking about you. I have no beef with you. Never said I did, never did. If I can't talk about the stuff you are putting out there into the world, we have very big problems. If I can't talk about it peacefully, saying maybe I doesn't look like I like you or whatever, nothing against, no blanket statement against all people. Even if you want to say a blanket statement against all people, that's not me. But as long as you're not threatening, you can have that opinion. So what's happening here? We'll go to Odin's men to lay it out for us.
So I just got an email saying pretty much a threat saying they know where I live.
Wait a second. Jeffrey Marsh's people are upset. The Rainbow people are mad at her for saying something about Jeffrey Marsh. I thought love was love. I just want to get married, be accepted, validate me. This can't be right. She's got to be telling a fib.
And what scares me the most is they have got my daughter's details on the email, like what time I leave to drop them to school, pick them up.
So she did some TikTok. She's a very big TikToker, probably a lot of followers. I knew about her before this because my wife would say, oh yeah, this woman's real funny. She has these funny reactions and stuff. And then somehow, so she's living her life, doing her TikTok thing, doing great on TikTok, at least from a subscriber standpoint and getting reaches and cutting through the noise. That's the big thing here because they would do the same threats to anybody else. They're just targeting her because she's cutting through. And the stuff she's saying is reaching people outside of those echo chambers. So they're going to start with her first. This is nothing more than the same thing that the Triple K used to do back in the day for the Democratic Party. You step out of line, we'll find a cross, and we'll find your lawn, and we'll find a match and gasoline and make it burn. And the same type of thing. That's what this T group is. That's what all these leftists are. That's what Jane Fonda was on The View talking about. Unlive. So Joy Behar said, well, what do we do? I mean, we're at a political standpoint, basically. And what do you suggest? How do we operate going further from here with our political enemies or people we don't agree with politically? And she says, well, there's unliving people. And they go and they say, wait, what did you say? She said, unliving people. And then after the fact, she says, I was joking. Oh, yeah. Yeah, great. What a great way to lighten the mood with the joke being the punchline of unliving people. That's the punchline. Unliving your political enemies. Yeah, haha. Yep, I'm laughing my ass off. Sound real funny. And you looked like you were delivering a joke too. And this is the same thing here. Her life is being threatened because she did TikToks talking about Jeffrey Marsh and how there's problems with Jeffrey Marsh's Patreon where he could potentially have young children sign up for it and not tell their parents or whatever. And God knows what they talk about in their private stuff. And then later on, Jeffrey Marsh started deleting stuff. And I'm not alleging that Jeffrey Marsh is telling anybody to do anything, but there's people who seem to side with him that have been threatening her. That's how we got here.
It is terrifying. I know she's got 2 girls. She's a mother, Muslim woman clearly, but obviously that this Jeffrey Marsh's crowd, the trans women or trans people on TikTok, have decided she's down here. We use this little analogy here where they're here and she's here on the scale. They can pretty much do whatever they want with impunity, harassing her. I don't know what else to call this. It seems like it would be deemed harassment when somebody's doxing you, saying, hey, I know what time you come and go from your house. I know where your children go to school. It's terrifying. You know, nothing will be said. Now, let's just say Jeffrey came out today and said, this is completely unacceptable.
To me, it pretty much confirms the concerns, allegedly. I can believe whatever I want to believe. I believe all her concerns. I believe them, period. I don't have any proof. I'm not saying anything definitively. I'm just saying in my head, I believe them. Because if she brings up concerns and then the response is nothing from Mr. or whatever he goes by, Jeremy Marsh, but then the Jeremy Marsh supporters threaten her and Jeremy Marsh or Jeffrey Marsh is not calling them off, to me, I'll have the right to have my own opinion. Signed, sealed, delivered. You're not a dude I'm going to mess with. And those allegations have more credibility with me now.
And it's not a coincidence because both of my daughters, they go to 2 different schools. So they know. They've given the school details and everything. So, yeah, my daughters are involved now in this. As some of you might know that my car was damaged in this whole thing.
They damaged her car the first time. She commented like, okay, they're coming after my car, but now they know where she lives. Now they know her kids' details. It doesn't sound like these people are terribly stable. Let me go out on a limb here and say that.
I was getting not very nice videos and now emails with a lot of details on that email. So I'm done. I don't want to do anything. I'm not going to talk about Jeffrey Marsh. I've deleted everything.
Just like the KKK. I'm not gonna leave the Democratic Party. I'm not gonna talk about stuff I'm not supposed to talk about. Targeted at black people. I'm not doing, okay, I'll do what you tell me to do. That's what the purpose of this is for. And you can say whatever you want. I want peace. This is a freak. Okay? And I can have that opinion. This right here. And there's nothing to do with any identity or anything. I'm talking about this person here. Not making even a blanket statement. If you want to make a blanket statement, you can. I won't agree with that. I try to stay away from blanket statements. Nobody's perfect. But this is a freak. This is not somebody to be trusted. This is the evolution of Dylan Mulvaney. And I can have that opinion and still say, I'm a peaceful person. I'm not talking about I don't know where y'all get that from, if you take that from people, because that's where they take it. They say, oh, criticism of me is violence. No, it's not. It's criticism of you. This person here is way worse than Dylan Mulvaney. Dylan Mulvaney was like, 10 years from now, we're going to look back at Dylan Mulvaney as like some type of right-wing nut job at the pace where we're going. This person right here, very creepy, very troubling, very unsettling. And I will say that for sure. Here's something that I found from Jeffrey Marsh that I found extremely unsettling. Here's a video from Jeffrey Marsh, and I don't know what to say about this, man. This is the video that really got me heated. Even more than that video, to be honest with you. People being funny, being coy. Here's the video. I'm gonna start it over because the volume was low.
What do taxidermists do for work? Stuff.
Okay. Let's let that run a couple times. Let's run that a couple times. Run it back.
What do taxidermists do for work? Stuff.
Oh, stuff. Oh, okay. You think this is cute? You think this is funny? You think this is funny?
What do taxidermists do for work?
See what's happening on TikTok. See, I played a lot of TikToks, and there was one on the video that I just did where a woman's wearing like nude, the color shorts are the same color of her skin, and she's crossing her legs and it has a camera looking through the middle to make it look like she's not wearing anything because the shorts are the same color of her legs and it's kind of hard to see, and then they're even crunched up so it looks like you're looking at something. People on TikTok, what they're doing is just like me when I say the sunflower country, I'm trying to get around the algorithm. They're trying to get around the algorithm. I don't know what he means by this. So I'm going to need you to clarify this, because we're getting to very dangerous grounds right now. This goofy serial killer looking type of dude, or whatever he is, identifies as non-binary. I don't know what that is up here talking about what do taxidermists do?
What do taxidermists do for work?
This is getting way out of hand right now.
Stuff.
Oh, stuff. That's what. Look at that evil. That's why I needed the Madonna laugh before this. When I say evil, I mean evil. I do not say that lightly. When I say ungodly, I mean ungodly. I do not say that lightly. When I say they will unlive you just to unlive you, I mean that. Look at this little bitch right here. Like, ooh, stuff. Ooh, you need stuff. They are the aggressors. Never said anything. I've played a Jeffrey Marsh video before. Never said anything bad about Jeffrey Marsh. I actually gave them props for being honest. This type of goofy stuff, y'all are beyond the fuck around and find out stage right now. This is getting way out of hand. Oh, I see. What the hell is going on right now? I see you this type of mannerisms and what the man, we are. And I don't know. I'm not even saying I know what this means. I'm just saying we're in a dangerous place where you playing games and stuff. This isn't funny. A taxidermist, obviously somebody who stuffed unlived animals. So this Jeffrey Marsh is getting a lot of heat. Well, what is this? What the hell is it you talking about with taxidermy? Is there somebody that's going to be unlived or animals that are going to be unlived that need to be stuffed? What is going on? I think it's fair to ask for clarification. And things are getting crazy, man. It's always the ones, Jane Fonda, who should be in some nursing home somewhere with Madonna dancing. Jeffrey Marsh, he's not going to be on the front lines of any type of problematic conflicts. Why are they the ones hinting at, in my opinion, and not joking about, but really meaning violence? That's where these leftists trend to. And I'm going to tell you from my personal experience, I'm not going to stop talking about it. Y'all are at the stage, man, where we taking this well beyond. I am a peaceful person, but there will be defense, though. Don't think that that's not a thing. You look at Tim Pool's been swatted multiple times. That's somebody calling in to, in my opinion, unlive potentially or put their lives in danger, from Marjorie Taylor Greene to Tim Pool, and Tim Pool now kicked off a band camp, and it's all this attacking attacking people's credibility, trying to unlive them. Of course, they're going to go after people who have reach. They don't care about little on me or anything like that. But this is getting to a stage where we need de-escalation. And here's what we need. I need to be able to talk about your goofy ass without worrying about threats. You need to be able to talk about my goofy ass, and we need to leave it at that. That's why I kind of did that Keffels video too, and I kind of like where Keffels took it, where I don't think Keffels is doing as much of that. Let me put my gang on you type stuff, like my internet gang to get you demonetized or banned or all that kind of stuff. Let's take away from that kind of stuff because that's trending towards very bad places. That's nowhere near where Jeffrey Marsh is going, but it's similar because you're doing financial warfare at that time. I mean, Keffels got Destiny banned from Twitch, I believe it is, taking away some of his livelihood. I'm not going to shed a tear about Destiny. He's doing fine, but that's warfare. That's financial warfare. Let's de-escalate this. It made me think of Tim Pool. So we're talking about the one TikToker, they telling her we know where your kids go to school and all kinds of stuff like that. It reminded me of that video from back in the day from Tim Pool on Timcast. I never forget watching this video the first time because I was more blue pilled. I was just getting into the Matrix, out of the Matrix at the time, and I had very similar views to Tim.
A couple years ago, I was in Berkeley.
I had very similar views to Tim Pool on 2A back in the day. Tim Pool, if you don't know, was actually for some regulations on guns back in the day, and I would call him in more of his blue pill days. He wasn't blue pilled, but more blue pilled days. Then somebody ran up on his crib, and now he's off in the woods. Get. When's the next practice? Where's the next practice? All about defense, peacefulness, not any aggression. But Tim moved from the city. I believe he was close to Philly, I believe. Moved out into a rural area with around people that respect you. And I love rural areas because they don't mess with me, I don't mess with you. We say hi, everything's cool. And everybody has their pieces, they have their protection. And it's not like you're up on top of each other. You don't have to worry as much about this T group. That's why they're probably doing swattings and stuff like that for him. But he went from being somewhat anti-2A to on the weekends, get. What's the next weapon coming out that I can practice with for defense? This is not a joke. And if you want to help, my friends on the populist left, if you want to help, you better go get the message out to Jeffrey Marsh and the people who support him. Cut that nonsense out immediately. But it reminded me of this old Timcast video, man. This is eerie stuff right here. This is part of the progression of how Tim Pool made that story arc that I'm not going to get into too many details, but I'm following that same arc. You need to be able to defend yourself. This is beyond the government. You can't be out here waiting for the government to protect you. They're on their side. Definitely the federal government is, for sure.
A couple years ago, I was in Berkeley, and I've been to Berkeley and Oakland several times, and I noticed this strange phenomenon. Many of the businesses have far-left protest signs in their windows. And at first glance, I just assumed most of these businesses support far-left protesters and far-left ideology. But it wasn't until I went to one establishment that had a sign in their window where I was talking to the bartender. It was a bar. There you go. And the bar, it was a restaurant with a bar. And the bartender said, well, we were having a political conversation, and they did not sound far left. In fact, they sounded quite moderate and, kind of liberal. And I said, so then what's with the sign in the window? And they said, if we don't put that up, they'll destroy our they'll smash the windows, they'll loot and rob the store. You never know. And I was like, whoa, really? There were a bunch of stores, all of them, and some of them were just like a nail salon from Asian immigrants. And I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. The violent riots that happened in Oakland, they're terrified someone will come and smash their windows. In France, there was during I think it was France. No, I think it was Germany. Hamburg. There is a photo of all of these storefronts smashed out, save one, with a far left protest sign in the window.
I often joked, I haven't done it, but I've often, not even joking, but dead serious, that I would have a BLM shirt, Black Lives Matter shirt, enough for my whole family, just in case we were in an urban area carrying it with us just in case we're in an urban area and some beef pops off that we can camouflage with the Black Lives. Go get the shirts real quick. Tifa's running around, so you can camouflage. That's the same thing he's talking about. You can camouflage with that Black Lives Matter type stuff. So hopefully they don't come for you.
No. So let's get to the, we'll get back to this, okay? But let's get to the brass tacks here. Last night, I should say this morning, about 4 hours ago, I was greeted at my home by a strange person who tried breaking in. In this, what you see on the screen here is, this right here is the individual. And I'll play for you the video now. And I have some sounds and everything, which I don't know if it's going to play properly here, but you can see them doing, I have no idea what they're doing. So this is 4:27 a.m. this morning, and they, put some stuff in their bag, and they just kind of dilly around. But I've got more footage. They then walk up to my porch, and now you can see them right here, walking up onto my porch.
And I told people, you might have heard this already, but recently somebody ran up on the porch, have them on camera, ran up on the porch. What's the camera do? What's the point of that? Okay. Ran up on the porch and stole an Amazon package. Very common. People were driving around neighborhoods doing that around 6 a.m. while I was awake at the crib at home, wife and I, kids. We are at that F around and find out stage, really close.
After this, something interesting happens. Now, I'm actually quite angry that the porch light wasn't on. That's a whole other issue. What's interesting is that this person walks onto my porch and then does nothing. At least that's what I thought at first. Because in this video, which I'm gonna have to drop in a clip over the top because it's not playing the audio. You can hear them try and actually break in.
What he's played there is you heard they tried to get in the door. This is 2019.
Now, I did then have the police come to my house, which you can see here from other surveillance footage at 5:10.
What are the police going to do?
Police actually got here a little bit earlier than that, but they came out, they talked to us, and so let me tell you what happened. And I do have some enhanced footage for a better view. But let me tell you a story. I'll tell you why I talked about that thing in the beginning. This was not a chance encounter, this person coming to my house. This was not a random person. They told the police they knew who I was. But here's the thing. Around 4:27, as it were, a.m., I woke up because I heard a weird noise. And that was it. I heard a thump, and all of a sudden I wake up, and I'm thinking to myself, did I just hear a noise? And what people don't seem to understand is that the mindset you have when you're alert and awake throughout the day is dramatically different to when you're asleep and just wake up. Plus, optimism bias, right? There was one story I heard about a security guard at the bank, saw a bunch of guys running with masks on, and he didn't do anything. And they asked him why later, and he said, I couldn't believe it was actually happening. Well, so here's what happens. I wake up at about 4:27, as the security camera shows, because I heard a noise. And I'm groggy, confused. I've just been pulled out of a deep sleep, and I have no idea what's happening. My brain's not functioning yet. And I heard this noise. My lights were on. Now, my lights are voice activated because I have the Amazon device. And my first thought was, must be a critter. I don't know. But why are my lights on? Well, the reality is my lights, for whatever reason, aren't functioning properly. They turn on randomly. It's really annoying. I think I know why, but it's they're supposed to be set on a timer to wake up with the sun. It's a really frustrating thing. They're actually, as I did, who in their right mind would show up at 4:30 a.m., pitch black, and come knock on our door? So at least they're knocking, right? Well, look, they tried breaking in, and I'll get to that. So we ignored. As I was talking to the cops, I pulled up the camera footage, and I said, you know what, man, it has infrared on it, but it's not that good. And the porch light was off. The one night, it's not supposed to be off, but I guess someone hit the switch, and it's really annoying. Boy, am I frustrated about that. But, with the light on, you can see everything perfectly. And the cop was like, well, you should...
Wait for it. This is an old Tim Pool video. I'm going to tell you why I'm watching it. This is crazy. From 3 years ago. Tim's checking his phone right here. This is a milquetoast lefty skater dude.
Yeah, I think the guy from my house is back. If you could send police to, that'd be great. They're on the front porch. I think it's the same guy from this morning. I have no idea, but I don't know who this is, so I'm not gonna answer the door. Yeah, it's one guy's. It might be the same guy. I really don't know, but considering I don't know if you're the same guy I talked to this morning or what, but yeah. All right, thank you. Bye.
That's live, or while he was recording. Here's my takeaway. So that's before Tim moved into a more rural area and started collecting swords and guns and all kinds of weapons for defense. I'm telling you, man, this is how I'm just going to end it with this bro right here. This is all that needs to be said in the defense. I'm a very peaceful man, but you've seen what they trying out here to do. I'm just going to let you know, like I've mentioned, how I've been very soft. And let's just say I'm following that Tim. I knew this was going to happen over time. I saw it happening over a year ago that, what I'm talking about, my positions, you're going to have to be ready. And I'm going to let Bra have the final word.
All right, today we're going to talk about how we can find out and how much we can find out and what it takes to get there. So first we have to decide how much do we want to find out. So let's say in this case, I want to find out at a level of 7. Okay, so I find that level on my graph and I come horizontally to my gradient line. Where it intersects with my gradient line, I'm going to come straight down to where it intersects with my fuck around line. That there is going to tell me how much I have to fuck around to find out what I need to find out. See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out.
So you mean to tell me that the God-hating baby
if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out.
Let people riot, let people burn down buildings, and they want to take my gun? What the? My mood say keep the two-way, don't snooze. This could go two ways, what to do? You say it's about race, boo-hoo. High-speed chase, now you catch a case like a fool, huh? Now you wanna come and take my rights? You gotta be dumb, can't take my light. I'ma set it right, can't take my fight. And I'ma be with Christ if you take my life, boom, boom. With the truth I'm coming with. We living in the last days, I'm loving it. I'ma be the one I'm 100 for the fun of it. Wayne Foot's coming till then, here's another hit. Till then, lay low. I ain't gonna move till God say so. Get the green light, I'm not afraid, bro. Stay strapped and it won't sell it for a peso, man. 2A is a blessing. Don't test cause I do spray when it's threatened. Come take my possession. You don't wanna play, bang bang, do the flexing. You cross the line, y'all are foul. Kill the innocent and smile. Y'all about to make me pull a cow. Everywhere I go, my 2A come. When I'm at church, my 2A come. When I protest, my 2A come. You don't wanna test cause the 2A dumb. Everywhere I go, my 2A come. When I'm at church, my 2A come. When I protest, my 2A come. You don't wanna test cause the 2A dumb.
Respect my 1A. Try to attack me, then that be a dumb play. Try to take 2A, that only ends one way. I mean, we got it that one day. I'm a gun tone patriot. I exercise my 2A. They ain't taking mine. I don't knock what the news say. Tell them Tifa that it better tighten up their shoelace. I'm hot, better get some water. Boy, Bobby Boucher. Karma always come out like a boomerang. Y'all making sense and saying nothing like it's booty tang. Touch my hat, click, clap, let it truly bang. Act tough on the internet, it's no computer game. Think I winning now, but the Patriots should truly reign. You can stupid process every time you play a stupid game. And media controls you. I am not a person to be tamed. I'm looting in the streets, but is there really something to be gained?
If you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out.
You don't wanna play, bang bang, do the flexing. You cross the line, y'all are foul. Kill the innocent and smile. Y'all about to make me pull a cow. Everywhere I go, my 2A come. When I'm at church, my 2A come. When I protest, my 2A come. You don't wanna test cause the 2A dumb. Everywhere I go, my 2A come. When I'm at church, my 2A come. When I protest, my 2A come. You don't wanna test cause the 2A dumb. Free Kyle from jail. Feel like y'all want hell. Feel like y'all wanna hate. We about to break, come take him out the cell. And we ain't no joke. Man. Y'all ain't been woke, huh? You stoke violence, man. Trust me, you don't want the smoke. We ain't looking for a fight, but we got it. I'm about the blood, you a thug, just stop it. And I ain't about to call myself a prophet, but y'all lost it. BLM Gothic. Man, what y'all doing? All I can see is hate y'all spewing. Y'all want a war, I can feel it brewing. Keep attacking people, keep looting. 2A is a blessing. Don't test cause I do spray when it's threatened. Come take my possession. You don't wanna play, bang bang, do the flexing. You cross the line, y'all are foul. Kill the innocent and smile. Y'all about to make me pull a cow. Everywhere I go, my 2A come. When I'm at church, my 2A come. When I protest, my 2A come. You don't wanna test cause the 2A dumb. Everywhere I go, my 2A come. When I'm at church, my 2A come. When I protest, my 2A come. You don't wanna test cause the 2A dumb. Everywhere I go, my 2A come. When I'm at church, my 2A come. When I protest, my 2A come. You don't wanna test cause the 2A dumb. Everywhere I go, my 2A come.
What I need to find out.
My 2A
See, as you can see,
my 2A come.
the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find
Told
out.
you stop testing me.
And also,
I
if you
suggest
stay down here
that
and you
every
never
man
fuck
see to
around,
take notes right now.
you'll never find
Okay?
out.
Don't come to my house. Don't come to my city. And stay away from my family, cause I will.